So we're just doing a test. I'm just doing a little bit of a test here because I just did a whip around NFL video looking at all the games from last week, and in part of the video, there were two green screens. Now, it wasn't too long, it was a little bit part of the way, then in a little bit in the other video. Then I just went into the Be Live studio, and it was right at the recording itself. So that means as it was being done, that happened there, right at the camera. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe something, it was YouTube that ended up doing it for some reason because of the whole permission needing or not going through or whatever, or who knows. But yeah, apparently this is at the source. So we're just doing another test video just to see if it does it again. Because, I'm hoping this doesn't mean I need a new camera. Sorts of fun. But okay, going to look at the week 14 lines and got up here on the screens. That's why my eyeballs are here, even though I know you're there. Here is where the lines are. And yeah, when you're dealing with the low vision, that's when you definitely need to make things bigger. But here we go. Of course, prime time game on Thursday, first game of the week. Somehow my Bucks are 4.5 favorites. That just means they have absolutely no confidence in Kirk Cousins. Will Drake London be available? Who knows? Falcons offense is just in shambles right now. You've got Mike Evans coming back to the Bucks, and that's probably why Vegas has them as $2.30 favorites. I'm not sure how confident I would be to lay some green on the Bucks, especially with their traditional prime time trouble that they tend to get into. But yeah, I'm picking the Bucks. Not exactly my confident pick of the week, but I picked the Bucks. I think over the Falcons because the Bucks have to keep pace with the Panthers. Oh boy, the Browns and Bears. I know Shedeur Sanders is playing out of his mind. Bears just had a game of the week against the Packers, but you got to go with the Bears. Browns have the better defense, but the Bears are the better team right now, and they're looking for a good get right game here. They cannot afford to have dropped two games quick back to back right now, especially not when they're trying to contend for a division. Something you didn't think you'd say about the Bears this year, but hopefully Shedeur has a good game. I don't wish any ill will on him at all. I just want everyone to shut up about him. But yeah, this will definitely be the beginning of his true test to see whether or not he can produce against some high quality teams. And you got the Jets and the Jaguars. Can the Jaguars continue with their consistency? Can they be good? Is Trevor Lawrence back? The Jets, who knows who's going to start at the quarterback with Tyrod Taylor going down there? Is it going to be Justin Fields? Yeah, oh boy, the Jags. Constant conundrum, up or down. I think it's up. I think it's up. But I'd be surprised if it's a shock and they go down. Got to pick the Jags here, and the Jags are 12.5 favorites. And the Bears? The Bears are minus 7.5 favorites. That's how much they're looking down on Shedeur, especially after that last sequence in that fourth quarter. That was just what the bleep was going on. Then you got the Bears, touchdown favorites. You got the Jaguars, almost double, not quite double touchdowns, but definitely big time favorites. That's just they have no idea what's going on with the Jets. The Bills and the Patriots. Patriots rested. The Bills on the ascension. Ooh, Bills minus 1.5 road favorites. Oh boy. Yeah, this one definitely has a game of the week type feel to it. Josh Allen to pull off some more of his magic as Drake May going to upset the Bills and show them that they are the new order for the AFC. This was going to be the one to follow. Oh boy. Game of the week. Then you've got Ravens going into the Bengals. Bengals pretty much yeah, you got to think they're out of it. Ravens, you're not sure how much they're still in it, even that wacky division. But yeah, I just think the Ravens are the better team, especially with T. Higgins probably out for an extended period of time. You're only going to have Jamar Chase is pretty much the 1-2 punch, two of the 1-2 punch gone. Lamar Jackson in his toe, and Derrick Henry, I think, can run over the Bengals as the Ravens are going to be looking for some redemption. 2.5 point favorites. So I think you got to pick the Ravens. They have more of a defense than the Bengals, even though the Bengals defense has been surprising of late. That's another good game. I think that's a sneaky good game. Sneaky, possible good game. Cardinals and the Texans. Yeah, just not a lot of hope for the Cardinals. Poor Cardinals. -9.5 for the Texans. Boom. Yeah, you're picking the Texans here. You don't blink. You don't think. You pick the Texans. Their offense may not thrill you, may not be super sexy, but better than the Cardinals. They pretty much have Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr. if he's back. If he's okay. Who knows? But yeah, -9.5. You're picking the Texans. Then the Raiders against the Eagles, who are just coming off of that being smarted with that overtime interception loss. And somehow the Eagles are 11.5 favorites here. That's just because the Raiders are bad and they're horrible, and something goes wrong. You just blame Geno Smith. You know, and said in that one press conference, you're picking Eagles. You can't imagine the Eagles losing to the Raiders. Oh, oh my God! If oh, you just can't. Even the collapse. So this has to be a good get right game here. It's not prime time. It's not even a late game, but yeah. Then the Commanders against the Giants in the game of neither one really probably cares. -2.5 for the Giants. That's got to be because of Jackson Dart. Not sure. The Commanders probably going to be Marcus Mariota behind center for them. They're a mess. Giants, believe it or not, are actually healthier now than the Commanders. I think you pick the Giants here. Not confidently, but you pick the Giants. Then Chargers and the Chiefs. Boy, the Chiefs. Chiefs favors 4.5 somehow. I'm leaning Chargers. I'm leaning Chargers. This is one of those four games I was talking about. The Chiefs. You don't have a lot of confidence in the Chiefs, especially with how they're playing, especially with some of that play calling, especially with some of that confidence. When you see Rasheed Rice just get laid out like that, I'm picking Chargers here. Am I absolute solid confidence lock? No, but I have more confidence in the Chargers than I do in the Chiefs. Then boy, Titans against the Niners. Niners, not surprisingly, 12.5 point favorites. Got to pick the Niners. I mean, Titans have been surprisingly more confident and more competitive. Shamir Decay. You got Tony Pollard finally fantasy relevant. Cam Ward looks like he's finally feeling better, but they still last. You can't help it. They're bad. They're a bad team. They're going to lose here. Colts and the Seahawks. I don't see how the Colts have a chance, even if Philip Rivers got to pick the Seahawks. Seahawks 13.5 point favorites, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see that go up, even with Philip Rivers. Their money line, they're almost $10 freaking favorites. Seahawks. Yeah, I'm sorry, Colts. Rough season. Packers and the Broncos. You got to pick the Broncos, even though the Broncos are not the home favorites. Packers are the road favorites, -2.5. They got to be buying into what they just did to the Bears and that insane game. Just how good the Packers offense is right now. But that Denver Broncos defense, that's where I'm buying. I'm buying the Broncos this week to be home dog winners. Yeah, Panthers against the Saints. I think the Panthers do what the Bucks couldn't do, and that's beat the Saints. Panthers are -2.5 road favorites. Saints, who they have, Olavi is next to ineffective. No Kamara. Shuck is pretty much their offense right now. You got to pick the Panthers. Panthers have to be the more complete package. Who would have thought that, right? I think the Panthers go into NOLA and stomp the Saints, and we're already in the late games. Final late game, Lions and the Rams. Ooh, boy, yeah, I know. Lions actually stunned the Cowboys, beat them, but you got to pick the Rams here. Got to pick the Rams here. Lions, Sun God kind of banged up. He was back. No Laporta. Rams absolutely clicking. You saw what they did in the poor Cardinals, absolutely stomped them. I don't think they do that quite a bad job to the Lions, but I think they get the win here. 5.5 Rams favorites. I'm picking the Rams for late game. And then final game Sunday. Final game Sunday. Monday game not up because it's a Monday game. Minnesota Vikings and Dallas Cowboys. Oh boy, Dallas Cowboys, no CD Lamb, George Pickens, a lot of question going on him. Dallas Cowboys still minus 5.5 favorites. But I think they still have the better offense, but with the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy is back. I'm picking an upset here. I'm picking an upset. I'm going to drink the reverse Kool-Aid and pick the Vikings. And keep in mind, these aren't my final picks. These are just kind of my gut feelings. Probably what I'm end up going to do. But I'm picking the Vikings. Just because I think the Dallas Cowboys are in such a state of disarray right now. What's up with Lamb? Dak Prescott was just absolutely sacked into oblivion against the Lions. The Lions showed what to do. And I just think they're on the point where the Vikings can finish them off even just a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see how this test ends up going, as whether we have any more green or not. Let's hope for no green.